Hello everyone, welcome to the Weekly Coffee Drinkers. Today we are going to review Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, spoilers ahead. So I love comic book movies, the good and the bad. I even love this one.
Funny, he's our man. If you can't kill him, no one can. Yay, funny.
So I might be a little biased, but I will say the most recent Marvel films have been missing the mark, and the quality in all aspects of film has dipped down. I'm also not saying all the recent films are bad. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is great, Shang-Chi is great, and I even think Doctor Strange The Multiverse of Madness is a great film. And these have been the better films in the most recent phase of Marvel. I'm a huge fan of the first two Guardians of the Galaxy films. James Gunn is a great director, and he's really good at taking unknown characters and making them into something that we can care about. James Gunn knows how to balance the action, the comedy, the heartfelt moments, and the character development pretty well. In the first film, it's a basic superhero origin story that all superhero movies use, but each character felt different and had their own personas. Sure, the first had its moments of tugging at the heartstrings, and I enjoyed every moment of the film. The second film pushed it further. We get more character backstories, and you get more emotions from each character. To me, the meaning of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is dreams or wishes versus reality and accepting reality. Every character, Peter Quill, Rocket, even Yondu, has a moment of accepting reality. Quill has this dream that his dad is good and has qualities similar to David Hasselhoff's Knight Rider, but he accepts the reality that his dad is a piece of Yondu didn't want to believe that Ego was killing all those children that he brought to him. But when Yondu got Quill, he finally accepted the truth. Rocket tries to have this tough guy and I don't care about anyone except for myself persona, but Yondu was able to confront Rocket and he tells him, you are scared and you do care about these individuals. This story arc for Rocket is what drives the third film. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a difficult film, and what I mean by that, it deals with very emotional topics. It deals with death, grief, anger, and closure. This was a film where I had to hold back the tears throughout the whole thing. I love this film because it's not a typical superhero movie, where it's all action and you know the hero is going to save the day at the end. This movie does make a strong stance that superhero movies can be more. Now the film does have James Gunn's style of comedy and action, and it's balanced pretty well. The comedy and action always came after a very emotional scene to help the viewer ease back into it and cope with what just happened. The comedy doesn't belittle or ruin the emotional scene before it. Unlike Thor Love and Thunder, man, that movie was a disappointment. For performances, everyone does a phenomenal job, and I really mean it. It felt like every actor was putting their all into it and acting their asses off. I give kudos to the actor who plays the High Evolutionary. The character was heartless and there was this anger you felt in every scene he was in. People are saying that the High Evolutionary is worse than Thanos, and I have to agree. This villain was a monster. There are scenes in the movie where we see Rocket in prison with 3 other animals that have been experimented on by the High Evolutionary, and they're trying to comfort Rocket and they become friends. 4 of them play games with each other, they share dreams of being free and exploring the galaxy. You don't get a lot of backstory of these 3 characters, but you still care about them and you have a connection. They are just pure good characters. Rocket tells them they have to escape and he does get them out, but one friend dies in Rocket's arms. Bradley Cooper does an amazing voice performance in this film. Voicing Rocket, he lets out a painful scream, and as a viewer you can feel that pain. The High Evolutionary mocks him, and Rocket snaps. When Rocket snaps, James Gunn films it in a horror movie style, and it was great. When it happened, I was kind of thrown off by it, and it got dark and horrifying, especially for a Marvel movie. James Gunn really pushed this film to be more in every way. Now, no one died at the end, and I figure no one would before going to see it, but I did have moments of, are they going to do it? Is this the character who's going to die? And I'm kind of glad they didn't kill anyone off. That wasn't the point of the film. The meaning of this film was all about closure. Rocket overcoming his painful past and redeeming his fallen friends. Peter Quill went back to Earth to see his grandfather and ended the cycle of being afraid to go back home. Mantis steps away and wants to make her own choices. Nebula and Drax have a moment together. Nebula tells Drax he was never meant to be a destroyer, but to be a father. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is about healing, and it's a very, very emotional journey. James Gunn was able to surpass all expectations and more. You can see that he really does care about these characters. This is one of the best Marvel movies, and this is honestly my favorite so far. The one critique I will give this movie is that they did not develop Adam Warlock. He was very underutilized, and it felt like they weren't sure what to do with him. I give this film a solid A, and I honestly think and hope this is a turning point for Marvel to give their directors room for creativity and letting their films take on more serious topics. I look forward to seeing what James Gunn can bring to the DCU because damn, that is a mess. Thank you all so much for listening. Leave a like and a comment, tell me what you thought of the film, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you everyone. Bye.